He'll open, guys. Raise your hand for me.
How's everybody today?
Good.
Good. So I know that, bye weeks at this time of the season can be very beneficial. And I think in a lot of ways to our team it was very beneficial. I think we got lots of guys that were banged up a little bit, some rest and limited reps so that they could heal up. And of course we won't know how well that happens until we see how they respond this week. And we got a lot of good repetitions on future opponents as well as LSU, in the bye week. So that should enhance, our preparation, for this game. So, as I told the players when they left Thursday after practice, I wanted them to enjoy their time off, but I also wanted them to be focused and ready to go all in when we get back because, LSU is a really, really good team. They probably one of the best teams in the country right now. I know they are the best team in the country on offense. We're going to need an excellent attention to detail, focus, good technical preparation in the game so that, everybody plays responsibility football, whether it's offense, defense, or special teams. I think this has developed into sort of a, rivalry game because they're always ranked, we're always ranked. It's always a big game relative to, what happens in our division. So it's an important game for, both teams. I think Brian Kelly has done a phenomenal job, bringing this team along. The improvement that they made, the kind of team they had a year ago, as well as, even a better team that they have, this year in terms of what they've been able to accomplish and what they've been able to do. And I think it starts with their offense. They're the #1 offensive team in the country. It starts with the quarterback, Jaden Daniels. I mean, this guy's a phenomenal player. He's a dual threat player. He's a great passer. He makes lots of plays with his feet. He's fast. That not only can scramble to run, but can scramble to throw. They've got a really good running back in Logan Diggs. They got a good tight end in Mason Taylor. Neighbors and Brian Thomas are really, really good receivers, but they have also other good skill guys to go with them. Their offensive line is big and physical. They're able to create great balance on offense. So it's going to be very challenging for us to be able to, play the kind of disciplined football that you need to be able to play and not make mistakes, tackle well in the game and be physical and try to win on the line of scrimmage, which is going to be challenging. Defensively, they are good players, good front seven. They're big, they're physical, and they play well together. As a team. I think that sometimes they've had some struggles in the secondary, some guys injured and different things like that. But they also make a lot of big plays. They can rush, they affect the quarterback, and they can't cover. So this is going to be a challenge game for us from that standpoint too. And these guys have a lot of good athletes and a lot of really good team speed, so that makes them really good on special teams. They have good specialists, so this is a really, really good team all the way around.
Start up front here with Nick.
Yeah, you talked about Jaden Daniels. You saw him a year ago. What are the biggest differences you see in his game or improvements you see in his game from a year ago, if any?
Well, he killed us last year, so, guys, was a really, really good player last year. He's a really, really good player now. I think, overall, they execute their offenses, to perfection. And it starts with him because he makes the right reads relative to runs and passes and, zone option plays and pass down plays. He's very good at reading coverages. He makes really quick decisions. All those things were evident last year, I think, by the way he played, and I think he's probably even better, now because he has even more experience and knowledge in the offense, and they got really good players around him.
You got Austin in the middle.
Yeah, on Daniels again, I think he had 95 rushing yards last year. And a lot of it looks like came on quarterback draws. How much emphasis is on that this year?
Actually, he made a couple plays on quarterback draws, but some of them weren't designed quarterback draws. Two of his long runs in the game, he critical situations, came on bust up front in terms of gap control, and he just saw it and took off running. So it looked like a quarterback draw, but I don't really think it was a design quarterback draw. They do have design quarterback draws. It was a zone option play that he scored on us in overtime, 25-yard run. Another mistake that we made in run support and adjusted the motion. So those are the kind of things that you cannot afford to make those kind of mistakes, right, when you're playing against a quarterback like this who basically, is a great passer, but also have triple option type plays in their running game to get him on the perimeter. And so athletic, you got to have the right guys trying to get him on the ground.
Go to Charlie.
Yeah, hey coach. With Kendrick Law, what kind of progress have you seen from him, and what kind of versatility does he bring to this offense?
K. Law is really a great competitor, really tough physical guy. He is a little different than some of our other receivers, so he does have a role to play and does a really good job of that. He's a great special teams player, really good team guy, hard worker. And I think we'll try to always have roles for him to play in the game that benefit his skill set and complement the other guys that we have in the game.
The middle with Matt.
What has adding Logan Diggs done for their offense this season?
Yeah, well, this guy is a really good back. He's big, strong, powerful, really powerful lower body. Breaks tackles, good one cut runner, can make you miss. But this guy makes a tremendous amount of yards after contact, and he is physical.
Go up front with Chase.
When you go up against a really mobile quarterback like Daniels, you often talk about the importance of pass rushers being disciplined and staying in rush lanes. Is there a difficult balance to draw there between doing that but also making sure guys are playing aggressive?
No, I think we want our guys to play aggressive. I don't think you want guys to get pushed by the pocket. I don't think you want guys to lose contain on the guy. So, there's a fine line between, that. I mean, if you get pushed by the pocket, we're playing with 10 guys now. If you lose contain and he gets outside, you put everybody in harm's way that's trying to, sort of plaster their coverage and stay with the guys they got to guard. Plus, he can take off running. So, I guess there's a fine line between that. We've never ever told guys to rush in their pass lanes, but be cautious. Never ever even thought of that. So we're not coaching that.
Go to Ryan.
Coach, clearly it's a big game on Saturday, big day on Saturday, but tomorrow's a big day as well, your birthday. Do you want anything for your birthday? What are you doing? Anything different? You're just locked into the game.
No, I mean, game's the most important thing. That would be an outstanding birthday present if we could play well in this game, and so that's what I'm focused on, and that's what, we're really, trying to do. When your birthday and holidays come up in football season, they're really not holidays and they're really not birthdays. You get older, but you don't really celebrate much.
We'll go to Tony on the far left.
I've got kind of two. What have you seen from your own coverage unit? And then what are the challenges of facing LSU's deep passing game, and how do you guys think you combat that?
Well, I think there's lots of challenges. You got to read, run, pass, and they got a good play action game. They'll 7-man protect and throw vertical routes. They probably made more explosive plays running and passing than any team we played in recent times. So you got to guard them. You got to keep them cut off, and you got to be disciplined in your eye control so that you have the best opportunity to do that. Play zone, play man, play pattern match sometimes. Try to mix it up, and that's the key to the drill. If you let guys get behind you, you don't get people cut off, you're probably going to give up big plays because they got a good thrower and guys that can go up and get the ball.
Go to Rodak here in the middle.
So what did you see out of Caden Proctor against Tennessee, and where does that competition stand at left tackle?
Yeah, well, Caden Proctor's getting better, and I think he's learning from, gaining experience and learning. What we want him to do is, not worry so much about making a mistake that he's not playing aggressively, and that's what we've been working on with him. And I think he's getting better and he's getting more confident. And I thought he played, fairly well. He had a play or two that I'm sure he'd tell you, and I'd tell you, and his coach would tell you that we didn't execute exactly correctly, but those plays are getting fewer and fewer, and the good plays are getting greater and greater.
Two more. Start with Katie.
You talked about this a little bit in your opening, but what is it about this game and these two programs that's created such good matchups really since you've been here in Alabama?
No, because, they have really good players, they're very competitive, they've always been well coached, and this game has always had significance in the consequence of your season. So the first thing you gotta do is win your division, and that's what that we're really trying to focus on. And you gotta get yourself ready to take care of business against really, really good players to be able to do that. So, and that's why I think both these teams have been ranked since 2007 or something, in the top 20. So, and I don't know how many of the games we played with them in the last however many 15 years or whatever that don't have some consequence to what kind of season you have.
We'll finish up right back there.
Coach, happy early birthday. You've seen many bye weeks and the results of them on the following Saturday. What is a marker to you of productive time off leading up to the game?
Well, I think that, you want the players, as I alluded to before, to enjoy their time off, but you also want them to be focused and ready to go when they come back. So there's a balance in all that. You can't dissipate, go not eat right and do the right things while you're off. You can still enjoy yourself, but you also can stay focused on what you need to do when you come back. And I think that's combination and balance in all that. Balance in life is important in about everything that you do. So that kind of balance can create very positive results for you when you come back and you're ready to go. If you didn't think about your job, what your responsibility is, 1 minute for 3 days, probably not going to benefit very much from the time you had off.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.